families and as well as the injured who have been admitted to hospital and undergoing treatment, Vaishali.
Belly, thank you for joining me with all those details. And now Union Ministers of Commerce and Industry, Piyush Goyal has said that India and the US are making progress in their trade negotiations. In an interaction with DD, Goyal highlighted that India and the US are engaged in talks with teams working together and that the Commerce Secretary met US counterpart to push talks forward towards a fair and equitable trade deal. I have my colleague Aditya Vadhavan with me. Aditya, there's a big development there. What can you tell us? All right, viewers. So we were just telling you about the fact that Union Minister of Commerce and Industry will try and reconnect with my colleague in a few seconds from now. But Piyush Goyal has said that India and the US are making progress in their trade negotiations. And that's a big development, viewers. Now, in an interaction with DD, Goyal has highlighted that India, of course, and the US are engaged in talks with the teams working together very closely, and that the Commerce Secretary has met US counterparts to push talks forward towards, of course, a fair and equitable trade deal, viewers. This, of course, comes after continuous talks and negotiations are happening between the United States and India when it comes to fair trade deals. So that's, of course, viewers, we are trying to reconnect with my colleague shortly. But in the meantime, I was telling you about this big development that has taken place. I have my colleague Aditya with me. Aditya, this is a big development that is happening. What more can you tell our viewers?
Well, absolutely. Indeed, if you see, the trade negotiations, as far as trade negotiations between India and US are concerned, indeed, we can see there is a lot to reckon with. We saw how the trade team from the US visited, India, last month, and there were talks, important, significant talks with regard to the trade between India and US, and we could expect the similar in the times to come. We can see that how what there could be, because US is stressing, as per some reports, that India should reduce the import duties on the American milk products, farm products, but still there is a deadlock on several issues, and it needs to be seen how things unfold in this area as far as the trade deal between India and US are concerned.
Aditya, stay on with me. Now, at the UN Security Council,